Yep.
He then asks, any shortcuts on doing a clutch in a C6?
Shortcuts? Um, wow. I usually pull the engine, but
It's a pretty long cut there.
yeah, there's no. Just depends on what's going on. You either got to pull the whole torque tube trans diff or pull the engine,
Mhm.
depending on your setup. Sometimes it's easier to pull the engine from the top, like take the hood off
Yep.
and pull the engine from the top. If you don't, especially if you don't have like a lift, um, that's probably the easiest way. Because if you're trying to do it on the floor, it's kind of a pain to get the whole torque tube trans diff out.
Given that, are you choosing like wearable parts like a clutch for more longevity so you don't have to do that as often?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I've gone through uh, a lot of different clutch setups, and I've been working with McLeod for several years now, and we used to run their smaller diameter aluminum lightweight MagForce.
Hmm.
It's a great clutch, but you do need to service it more often, and not even replacing it, just adjusting it for wear because it's
Right.
very sensitive to the wear. So I've found that their RXT street clutch, it's rated for like 1200 horsepower, but it's more of a traditional, steel pressure plate. You can still get
Right.
an aluminum flywheel. The weight is kind of in between. It's lighter than the stock clutch and flywheel, but it's heavier than their, lightweight mag force.
Yep.
Um, so actually the car doesn't bog as much. So when you have like a super lightweight clutch, you really have to be on top of it
Yeah.
and use the clutch a lot more to keep the car in the power band.
Hmm.
Um, with a slightly heavier, larger diameter, more street oriented
Keeps the
clutch,
rotation
it
going.
keeps the rotation going and you don't have to use the clutch nearly as much. I can just drive it like a street car.
Right.
I got it's 14-to-1 compression with a giant camshaft. Um and you can let the clutch out without even giving it throttle.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
So it keeps the engine rolling a lot easier, and it also lasts. I've gotten 2 seasons out of them.
Wow.
That's
So
Holy
awesome.
shit.